Hi and welcome to the Health Medics Job Plan Wizard Step 7, which is the summary. Sometimes this might not be associated with Step 7 for you. This might be occurring on Step 5 or alternatively Step 6. So it just depends on what your trust has enabled in terms of the various steps in the job plan. So the summary step doesn't actually have any content for you to fill in. So this is literally an opportunity to review the overall content, all summed together in a nice sort of succinct fashion that you've entered the other stages within the job plan. So if we're wanting to actually see this as a breakdown, what we can see is however many core PAs this totals, however many core APAs are involved in this. So maybe it's an additional temporary activity that you're performing for the trust, and it'll be reviewed on normally on an annual basis, maybe on a shorter frequency than that, and your total PAs associated, so broken down by DCC, SPA, ANR, PPS and MS, so that's private professional services and medical school, additional NHS responsibilities, supported professional activities and direct clinical care. What we can also see on the far right is the hours associated with those activities. So it'll give you a total breakdown of the total number of hours per week that are associated with those PA payments. Now, it might be something that you're doing ATC as well. So you'll also have, because you don't have a PA value against ATC activity because you are providing it outside of your contracted obligations. So ATC literally comes through in the hours section as well. So that's why you've got 4 columns there rather than 5. If you're wanting to see more content relating to these categories, it's a simple case of clicking the little plus or minus sign by the side and reviewing it. So does that breakdown look appropriate? Is there anything in there that is under an activity that actually you don't think it's that activity anymore? So it's quite a quick, easy reference tool to just see the content of your job plan at more of a glance than scrolling through. Again, your SPA, the breakdowns there, so it's quite simple. You can see the PAs and hours associated with it. Again, minimise it once you're happy with it. Your additional NHS responsibilities, so maybe you are a lead clinician and you have a specific payment associated with that, or maybe in this case, you're doing this additional to contract. You could also be a named educational supervisor. So there might actually be in your trust policy a tariff associated with additional NHS responsibilities, so it's always worth reviewing whether that content is there in your job planning policy. Your private professional services, again, normally you would see hours associated with PPS, but you might also see PA payments. It really depends on billing and rebilling arrangements in the organisation. And medical school. So again, what kind of commitments are you making towards your medical school? Here, like I said, we haven't got any content that we need to update, so it is literally a continue because we don't need to save anything. If you're happy with it, and you can go on to the next stage, which is finish, or again, if you're not quite sure of anything in your job plan and want to check things out and return to it at a later point, save and exit. Here I'm just going to continue and take us on to the final step. Thank you for listening.